what would you say to people who think you can't achieve anything from marching?
Well, I'm an optimist and I'm an idealist, and I would say to people, you never know what you can achieve until you try. And really, if you give up before you even ask the question, well, what's that going to achieve? Maybe we won't achieve everything that we set out to achieve. Maybe we won't achieve anything at all. But the one thing that I'm very sure of is that I will always look into my children's eyes, and I will know that I asked the question and I wasn't afraid to ask the question. And I would say that every journey starts with a single step, and we're going forward all the time, one step at a time, and maybe the pace is slow, but we're going forward all the time, and so it's worth making the effort.
Could you tell me, will you ever stop marching?
Until we get our objective. Until we get a promise of the write-down of the debt and of the not issuing those promissory note bonds.
Now, could you tell me, what would you say to people who think you will achieve nothing by protesting?
Well, people who do nothing achieve nothing. So if you don't at least attempt it, you won't get that.
Okay, no problem. Now, would you have anything to say to people who think you'll achieve nothing by protesting?
I would a few things. In the first case, when something is so wrong as is this forced payment by the Irish people of debts which are not ours, it'd be a sad day when someone wouldn't stand up and say this is wrong and stop. So that's the first thing. Second thing is we are achieving quite a lot because the focus of the country is actually on people like here in Ballyhea who are taking a stand for what is right, and there's a consistency in the message that's going out. So people, just because they're not out in their masses right now doesn't mean that they're not paying attention. They are. People are keeping an eye out looking for the solution, and their spirit is with us, and that's okay, and people will come as and when they are able to do so.
Okay. And will you ever stop marching, or the Ballyhea movement will ever stop marching?
Oh, we will stop marching, and we'll stop marching when we get money back. Because we have had little mini victories along the way, little mini achievements. I wouldn't say victories, but many achievements, like getting to meet the EC, getting to meet Sharon boards, getting to meet now hopefully the ECB, getting to meet members of the Dáil to talk to them, getting to meet members of the major opposition parties to talk to them and influence them. But those are mini achievements, but the major one, and there'll be no victory until we get actual debt right down for Ireland. That's the biggest thing here, like that. Since this whole debacle began, we've had nearly 70 billion euro of debt piled on top of us, and we haven't had a single cent of debt write-down. And all this government has been looking for, is extension of terms, reduction of interest rates, this kind of stuff, extend and pretend. But what we want is a write-down of this completely odious debt. And until we get that, we'll be marching. We will be marching here.
What would you say to people who think you'll achieve nothing by protesting?
Well, as someone else said in the group, I can't remember who it was, if we get €1 back, it's more than our government got for us.
Power as well, so hang on. Ballyhea Says No. Is there anything you'd like to say to people of Ballyhea?
The Ballyhea protesters, I really, really respect you. You've done so well, you were magnificent, and keep it up and keep going strong. And I really think that it was you that started the whole thing off. You are fantastic, absolutely brilliant, and keep it going, because it's gone worldwide now, and Ballyhea is very, very famous for it.
We'll be going together 6 months next week, following on in the footsteps of Ballyhea and the other groups around the country saying no. And Bondholder Bailout is what our protest and goal long term is.
Okay, is there anything you'd like to say to the people of Ballyhea?
Fair play to you for keeping the good fight going. You'll be 2.5 years shortly. Respect. You're on the right track in the search for truth and light in what's really happening in the country.
Will the Ballyhea movement ever stop marching, do you think? Or
when we get our aims, when we achieve our aims.
What are your aims?
Get our money back.
Now they say times are hard. They've handed me my cards. They say there's not the work to go around. When the whistle blows and the gates finally close, tonight they're going to shut this factory down. Then they tear it down. I never missed a day, I went and strike for better pay. 20 years, I served as best I could. With the handshake and the check, seems easy to forget. The wrong idea that I ain't too good. Now the owner says he's sad. See, times have got so bad. captain of industry won't let him lose. He still drives a car, he smokes a fat cigar, he still takes his family on a cruise. He'll never lose. You know, it seems to me such a cruel irony. He's richer now than ever he was before, but my cheque is spent, I can't afford the rent. There's one law for the rich, one for the poor. Every day I try to salvage some of my pride, find some work so I can pay my way. Everywhere I go, the answer's always no. There's no work for anyone here today. No work today. So condemned I stand, an ordinary man, like thousands beside me on the queue. I watch my darling wife trying to make the best of life. God knows what the kids are going to do. Now that we are faced with this human waste, a generation cast aside. For as long as I live, I never will forgive. You've stripped me of my dignity and pride. You've stripped me bare. You've stripped me bare. You've stripped me bare. Wow.
Marcus Howard, test 1, 2, 3.